Rob Reiner, a name synonymous with Hollywood excellence. From his comedic roots as Michael Meathead Stivic on All in the Family, Reiner quickly ascended to become one of America's most beloved directors and producers. As a producer, Reiner championed stories that shaped culture, always with heart, humor, and humanity. Off-screen, he was a tireless advocate for social causes, leveraging his influence for progressive change. Rob Reiner's legacy? A storyteller who made us laugh, cry, and think, a true pillar of film and television.
Rob Reiner was born into Hollywood royalty on March 6, 1947, in the Bronx, New York. His father, Carl Reiner, was a comedy legend, best known for creating The Dick Van Dyke Show and his work with Mel Brooks. His mother, Estelle, was a singer and actress. Growing up, Rob felt overshadowed by his father's fame, even joking that he once wanted to change his first name to Carl just to fit in. But by the time he was done, Rob Reiner would become a legend in his own right, an actor, director, and activist whose work touched millions. Reiner's first major role came at June 1971, when he was cast as Michael Meathead Spivak, the liberal son-in-law to Archie Bunker, Carol O'Connor. All in the Family. The show was groundbreaking, tackling social issues like racism, sexism, and the Vietnam War with humor and heart. Reiner's portrayal of the idealistic, outspoken meathead earned him 2 Emmy Awards and made him a household name. He later called working with Norman Lear, the show's creator, a transformative experience. Norman did not just hire me for All in the Family. He showed me how to use my voice, not just as an actor, but as an activist. Reiner's transition from actor to director in the 1980s marked the beginning of an extraordinary creative streak. Over the next 2 decades, he directed some of the most beloved and quotable films in American cinema, each reflecting his signature blend of humor, heart, and humanity.
We're on the open road tonight, chasing that cinematic light. The volume's up, the sound is clear. This is the magic that brought us here. Felt that energy on every set, a perfect scene we can't forget. The tension rising, the camera waits, broke the mold and slammed the gates. We're on the open road tonight, chasing that cinematic light. The volume's up, the sound is clear. This is the magic that brought us here.
Reiner's films were known for their warmth, wit, and emotional resonance. He had a unique ability to draw out authentic performances from his actors. Billy Crystal, who starred in When Harry Met Sally, recalled, "Rob created an environment where we could take risks. He did not just direct, he collaborated. He made you feel like you were part of something special." His work on The Princess Bride was particularly personal. Reiner had loved William Goldman's book since his father gave him a copy as a child. When he finally got the chance to adapt it, he worked closely with Goldman to preserve the book's magic. At the door, he greeted me and said, "This is my baby. What are you going to do with it?" Reiner remembered. I told him, "I'm going to make the movie you see in your head when you read the book." Reiner was never content to entertain. He used his platform to advocate for social justice. becoming one of Hollywood's most outspoken progressive voices. He co-founded the American Foundation for Equal Rights, which challenged California's Proposition 8, the ban on same-sex marriage. He also campaigned for early childhood education, gun control, and political reform. His activism was deeply personal. My parents taught me that if you have a voice, you have a responsibility to use it, he said in a 2024 interview. I grew up watching my dad stand up to McCarthyism. I learned that silence is not an option when people's rights are at stake. Reiner's political engagement often put him in the crosshairs of critics, but he never backed down. Former President Barack Obama praised him as a man who believed in the goodness of people and spent his life trying to make the world reflect that belief. Reiner's first marriage was to actress and director Penny Marshall. From 1971 to 1981, he adopted her daughter, Tracy, and the two remained close after their divorce. In 1989, Reiner married Michelle Singer, a photographer he met while directing When Harry Met Sally. Michelle became his creative partner and producer, collaborating on films like Spinal Tap 2 and Shock and the Whale. Friends described their relationship as a true partnership built on mutual respect and love. Reiner's relationship with his son, Nick, was complex. Nick struggled with addiction and homelessness as a young adult, experiences they later explored together in the semi-autobiographical film Being Charlie, 2015. We didn't set out to make a therapeutic movie, but it brought us closer, Reiner said. It forced us to understand each other in a way we never had before. On Fort Heath, 2025, Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer Reiner were found dead in their Brentwood home, victims of a brutal attack. Their son, Nick, was arrested and charged in connection with their deaths. The news sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond, prompting an outpouring of grief from fans, colleagues, and political leaders. Stephen King, whose works Reiner adapted into Stand By Me and Misery, wrote, "Rob was a storyteller who understood the human heart. He made us laugh, cry, and believe in the power of friendship and love. He always stood by me, and I will always stand by him." Former President Barack Obama called Reiner a man who gave us some of our most cherished stories on screen, but whose greatest story was the one he lived, a life dedicated to justice, kindness, and the belief that we can all do better. Pause. Rob Reiner's legacy is one of creativity, compassion, and courage. He leaves behind a body of work that continues to inspire, entertain, and challenge audiences, from the hilarious absurdity of Spinal Tap to the timeless romance of When Harry Met Sally, from the adventurous spirit of The Princess Bride to his activism's social conscience. Reiner's impact is immeasurable, as his friend and frequent collaborator, Billy Crystal, put it. Rob did not just make movies, he made memories. And those memories will live on long after we are gone. Rob Reiner once said, "All that I have ever done is say, is this something that is an extension of me? If it is, then I know it is worth doing." His life and work were a testament to that philosophy, a legacy of authenticity, passion, and an unshakable belief in the power of storytelling to change the world.